Good evening. It is Alesha Brown, the Joy Guru. Just wanted to pop in for a second just to say hello, and then you can actually see my face. Wonderful day today, just out and about, enjoying the sun, enjoying this precious day God gave us. And I wanted to just give you an inspirational message that I shared this morning in church. If you remember when you were a child, you remember learning how to ride a bike. And you remember how in the beginning, even though you had the training wheels and everything, you really weren't going to fall. But you remember that parent or you remember that teacher, that instructor pushing you on that bike. And you're a little, not so hot with the pedals, but you were learning. So, as time went on, that person was right there beside you. They were pushing you. And you start pedaling. And you started getting the grip of it. But then you kept trying. And that person was right there. So, you wobbled a little bit and they caught you. You wobbled a little bit to the other side and they corrected you. And you did all of these things while you were learning to ride the bicycle. But do you remember that one day when they pushed you and you were just riding and you were doing great until you realized the person wasn't there anymore? You looked around. You didn't see them. So out of sheer fear, the person's now on my left or now on my right. If I wobble here, oh my God, I'm going to fall. If I fall, it's going to hurt. I'm going to hurt myself, and what's going to happen? And you worked yourself in this panic where you fell. Wasn't that you didn't have the ability, but the sheer terror that person, what you depended on, and you knew would catch you when you fell, wasn't there. You couldn't see them. You got nervous, and the fear caused you to fall. How many times do we do that in our daily lives with the Lord? He's always there. But there's times when we don't feel like he's listening. There's times when we feel like we're not getting the answers. There's times when we face a new situation that's unfamiliar and we're frightened. And we know what the word says. We know what the promises of God are. We've read these repeatedly. We go to services and get this information. But we get terrified when we face what potentially could harm us, what could hurt us, what takes us out of our comfort zone, what is uncomfortable. And sometimes the sheer terror of a thing causes us to stumble. And the saddest thing of it all is just like when you were riding that bike, oftentimes that parent was already there. You just couldn't see them. Maybe they moved and went around the corner. Or maybe they were just out of the eye shot view, because you know what? Like that parent, God also knows. Sometimes I have to let you feel as if I'm not there. I have to have you in situations. I may not put you in those situations, but I'll allow life circumstances to, just to see how you do when you think you're doing it alone. Let me see if the things I've taught you and instructed you to do, you really learned your lessons, and now you know how to apply it. But I'm still there. If you should fall, I'm still there. I still catch you, and the best part of it all, I already have a plan made for you. I know exactly when you're going to fall, if you are going to fall. And I already have a plan to make it right. So I thought about that thing, and then, when we apply it to things in the spiritual, God gave you everything. You are the most precious asset to God. Why? He gave up his son. Think about on the cross, and you think about that moment when Jesus even cried out, "Why have you forsaken me?" Can you imagine as a parent what it must have been like to hear your child crying out, believing that you're letting them suffer and that you've forsaken them? But he did that because our lives were so precious that he didn't want a continued separation and what that separation from him meant. So take that with you today, to know that God is always with you. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if you don't know the why. I don't care if it seems like there is no answers and that your danger is imminent. God is always with you, even when it feels like he's ignoring you, even when it feels like he's not answering you, even when it feels like He's not there. He's always there. And he knows what's going to happen. He has a plan. He doesn't have to figure out anything. He has a plan for things that you don't even know that are going to occur to you. So you're never alone. It's never a panic situation. He is there. And in the world that we live in today, we need to be reassured by that more so than anything. And once we actually get our grip on that and understand that God is right there, it's not for our failure. He has already worked it out. He doesn't have to work it out. He's already worked it out. We just need to connect with him and trust him in the process. That's the message we need to deliver to this dying world. Because there's someone, I guarantee you, in your life, in your community, places that you go that need that message of hope. So I hope that encouraged you on today. That was just something in my meditation time that just struck out to me so much, and was something that I shared with them in Sunday school and with them in church this morning. We need to know God is right there. God is not leaving us. He has never left us. This world will take current situations. They will pull at your heartstrings, but more importantly, they will try to put you in a state of paranoia and a state of fear. You don't need to be in fear. If you believe in God, if God is who you serve, he's already worked it out. There's going to be times where it's uncomfortable. There's going to be times where you get scared. There's going to be times where you panic. But let that be temporary, and knowing that God's already made a way out. God's already made a way out. Trust him, trust in his plan, connect to him, connect to his plan, and know he going to work it out. So with that, I hope you have a blessed day. As always, you can connect with me at thejoyguru.net. And just know, whenever it looks like you're going to fall, whether it looks like it's going to hurt, whatever the situation is, God will catch you if you should fall. But more than likely, he has made a plan where you won't. And he's there the whole time. God bless.